Hi, my name is Mary Zupke. I'm a registered dietitian here at Northwestern Medicine, and today we're in the Delnor Community Kitchen, and we're going to be cooking lentils. Lentils is a great way to get plant-based proteins in, as well as fiber. 1/4 cup has 15 grams of protein and 14 grams of fiber. It's amazing. So it's really easy to use. And so we're going to make 3 different recipes with lentils, and I'm excited about that to show that for you today. So the first one is a really easy lentil soup. It's a crock pot recipe. And these are the lentils here. You can see there are different colors of lentils, or you can use peas, like some green split peas or yellow split peas, but they're similar to lentils in the way that you would use them. So with a crock pot recipe, it's so easy. We're going to be adding some lovely chopped up carrots and celery, and that's going to give us, along with the onions, give us that yummy flavor for the soup. And we're going to just throw those right in the crock pot. And then we have some minced garlic, so we're going to add that in. All of these foods have that high anti-inflammatory property, in addition to the protein and the fiber from the lentils. Now we're going to add in some potatoes, but you could also use like a butternut squash. You could use a sweet potato. I've done the sweet potatoes before. Really whatever you have in your kitchen. And then we're going to add this one I'm making completely vegetarian. So we're going to add the vegetable broth. It's nice if you can get the low sodium vegetable broth, but you don't have to do it. You're going to get a lot of flavor in there with your carrots and onions and celery, and it's going to all cook together and be delicious. The other thing we're going to add in then is our lentils. And really, if you want to cook lentils by themselves, you can add them easily to soups and stews. They really only take about an hour when you have like a boiling soup, and it'll be a nice way to add some more plant-based protein. You could even use it with meat and use less meat. So that way you would be getting the additional protein, but you'd be getting those plant-based anti-inflammatory properties and some really good fiber. So that's really helpful. So we have everything combined in here, and then we're also going to put in just some herbs and some other spices, but the herb de Provence is one that we're using today in a couple of different places, and that is like a French combination of herbs. We have this special herb de Provence oil that we're using as well, and that's going to have like a combination of rosemary, bay leaf, thyme, marjoram. Just a delicious combination. So you can buy that separately, or you can use a combination. And then we're going to just close up that crock pot, and you can just give it a little stir with your wooden spoon so that you kind of get the lentils and the liquid kind of mixed together. And then probably you can do it for 6 or 8 hours on low, or a little bit less time if you do it on high. I like to do them overnight too, and then it's ready in the morning and you could take it to work, so super easy to use. This recipe also calls for butternut squash. This is a great time for squash season. So you can see here we have several different kinds of squash. We have the acorn squash, the kombucha squash, the delicata, which we're going to talk about in a minute, which is so delicious, and it's only here this time of year. And then butternut squash. The thing that I feel is the most challenging about butternut squash is how to cut it. So a trick that you can use is just using a fork and making kind of a line where the cut would go all through this side and the other side, and then you microwave it for 1 minute. Once you do that, you can cut it in half, and then you'll have a flat surface, and then you can cut it in half again really easily. So that way you can just take out those seeds and you can be ready to go. So that's kind of a quick, easy tip. So you can take out those seeds really easy, just with a spoon. It's not a big deal. And then once you've got those out, you want to peel your butternut squash. So you could do it with a knife. Let me just move these over so you can see. You can peel it with a knife if you want to do it more like this. Cut all the way around. Or you can use a peeler. So either way, you can get your butternut squash done, and once it's peeled, you can just dice it into a little dice and throw it right into your crock pot. So that's a really nice, easy way to use your butternut squash, and it's not as dangerous when you're trying to cut it. So we're gonna put that back here, and here you go. With a garnish, you're gonna do a little bit of lemon juice right on top. And then we're gonna use a little bit of this herbed olive oil, just a touch right on top. Oh my gosh, that looks so delicious. Look at all those yummy carrots, onions, filled with protein. There's also a little bit of vitamin C in these lentils. So with that vitamin C, you're gonna have good absorption of that protein. It's a perfect partnership. All right, so that's the lentil stew. Next, we're gonna make lentil tacos. And what I've done here is kind of sauteed the onions and carrots in the saute pan with some vegetable broth. So you throw in the lentils right before the vegetable broth, and that kind of gives them the flavors. You're going to put some chili powder in here and some cumin. And then you kind of put another couple of cups of the vegetable broth and kind of steam them. The recipe doesn't call for putting a cover on here, but I found it was easier to cook them a little more quickly and soften them up. Once they're soft like this, they're super easy to use. Now you could use them, we're gonna use some lentils in a minute in a salad, but these are gonna be for our taco. So we're gonna put those right in there. And you can add some red pepper as well. It'll give them a little spice. Today we're going to add just a little bit of cheese to get some calcium in there, and also some greens and some yummy tomatoes. All right, you can garnish with some lime juice as well. It's very delicious, and look how beautiful those are. Getting some lovely, we have the hard tacos here, but you could use the soft corn tacos as well. That would be a perfect way to add to your tacos and still getting the whole grains in there. I love the idea of an avocado. I like to use a table knife just to cut the avocado. And then you can take a spoon and just garnish right on top. Oh my gosh, how beautiful. The avocado is going to give you some more of that plant-based fats, and very healthy fats, anti-inflammatory. And there you have it, our lentil tacos. All right, how yummy. Our next recipe is using lentils in a salad, and we're going to use this delicata squash. So delicata squash is something that not a lot of people know about, but it's another good way to get that vitamin A and the delicious nutrients from squash. So what you can do is cut it. It starts out like this. So you can either do it you can microwave it for a minute like we did with the butternut squash, and you can cut it in half like this, take out the seeds, and then cut it in circles like that. Or you can cut it long ways like this, and then you can cut it in half moons. Either way, it makes for a beautiful squash to roast, and it caramelizes in the oven, and it's especially good with cumin or pepper and some olive oil. So it makes just a beautiful picture too, doesn't it? The texture is so nice and the colors. So we're going to use that delicata squash that we roasted and make this beautiful salad. So look how gorgeous that is. You can see here that we use some of the half moons and some of the full circles, and it just adds really nice color and texture. You don't have to peel the delicata squash. It's very soft, so it's easy to use. So we have today some prepared lentils, and we did a beautiful vinaigrette using lemon juice, red wine vinegar, Dijon mustard, and some of the herbe de Provence that I talked about earlier. So we're going to actually add that to our lentils. And we're gonna add some fresh herbs. That way we don't have to use as much sodium. I don't really use any salt when I'm cooking. And some fresh cilantro and parsley, and that's gonna make it so fresh and delicious. And it's gonna flavor those lentils so that when you're chomp into a bite of the lentils, you're gonna get that fiber, the protein, and you're gonna get a lot of flavor. So we're gonna kind of pull that together, and then that's gonna be the topping of our salad and give us some good protein. And you don't even need meat. So we're gonna add that right onto the top here and make our beautiful salad with good plant-based proteins. What a beautiful combination that makes. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed our recipes with lentils. Enjoy these plant-based ideas and have a great day.
Meet Ray. Ray lives on a farm. He loves playing kickball with his grandkids, but lately he's gotten a little slower and been visiting the doctor a lot more often. This is Kim. Kim lives in the city. She loves to exercise, cook healthy meals, and can't remember the last time she called in sick. They're both people, but not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better, until now. Enter all of us. The research program based on precision medicine. Precision medicine is a revolutionary new approach to treating and preventing disease that's personalized instead of one size fits all. By gathering health data from 1 million people like Ray and Kim and Trevor and Samir, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Once enough people join, suddenly everything changes. Information becomes clear, patterns emerge, and simple data transforms into life-saving knowledge. This means that Ray and Kim's children and their children's children can live longer, healthier lives. By becoming one of the first 1 million people to volunteer, you can help reshape the entire future of healthcare for generations to come. If we can figure out how to fly, put a man on the moon, and connect the entire world, surely we should be able to improve the future of healthcare. Not just for Ray and Kim or even you, but for all of us. Sign up at joinallofus.org. The future of health begins with you.